welcome to tonight's zoning board of appeals meeting. We have 5 petitions before us. And before we get to those, we have some old business and new related to the board itself, which we'll be covering hopefully in the next 5 minutes. Our other voting member, Bob Manning, is on via Zoom, and he will, 3 of us will be voting on the first 4 petitions, and Bob will be voting on the last one in place of Andy. So with that, our board business is we are required to reorganize every year, right? And so we have to change offices, basically.
No, not to.
We don't have to. Well,
Right.
yeah, okay. So reorganization of the board, any discussion on
Bob, let's see. Richard Peterson for chair. Yes. All
all in favor?
Aye.
Nice say.
All right, now we do the vice chair.
Rick is vice chair.
No, Rick is the chair.
Rick is chair again.
Yeah.
Rick.
And now vice chair.
I
I think Bob. Is it Bob?
don't
Or is
know.
it me? I don't
I
know.
have no idea. I think it's Bob.
Bob?
Bob, how do you feel about being vice chair?
I'm good.
You good? What do you mean you good? You okay with it or? You accept?
I'll nominate Bob Manning as the vice chair.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
And we need a clerk, so I'll nominate.
That'll leave me. I'll be
Second?
the clerk.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
So,
All right, so we pretty much leave it the way it is.
right.
All right.
Then we have meeting minutes from our April 11th, 2024 meeting and our May 9th, 2024 meeting. At the May 9th, 2024 meeting, myself, Rich, and Andy were in attendance, and so I would assume we would be the 3 voting whether to accept those minutes. So,
Make a motion to approve the May 9th, 2024 minutes.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and then the meeting minutes from May 9th.
I did May 9th.
You mean that?
My motion was to approve the May 9th minutes.
Okay,
Okay, so we have April 11th.
April 11th, okay. On the April 11th, 2024 minutes, all were present. Entertain a motion to,
Motion to accept minutes.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right. Meeting
So those
minutes-
are all, right?
Right,
So we're all caught up.
and according to our schedule, we have to wait till 7:05 to start with the real fun of the evening.
Do we have any correspondence or emails or anything from anybody?
I've not received anything.
Anything from anybody, emails or anything?
Other than the one I just gave you.
Yeah, that's to
For our first,
No.
okay.
just bear with us for a few minutes.
We've got about a minute or so, so.
Sorry about the heating here, folks. This is, the AC's not working, so.
I swear if it was better, at 3 o'clock it was 85 degrees in here, so.
Did you want to turn the fan back?
Huh? Could we put that fan down? Yes.
On low?
Yes. We'll just keep it now.
Yeah, I turned this one back on at low, so. I don't,
We've reached 7:05, and so the first petition on our agenda is the petition of Dwayne Goldman for a special permit under section 175-32I, accessory of in-law apartment, finding under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 6, and a variance under section 175-29 for a side setback to 17 feet to build a proposed accessory in-law apartment addition onto the existing structure. The property is located at 93 Summit Road on Assessor's Map 59, Lot 120, in the residential R30 zone.
yeah,
And then,
I do have,
and then we have a letter from a person who abuts that property.
yes, I have a letter here from Edward and Margaret Smith saying that on the petition of the in-law at 93 Summit Road, We live directly across the street. They take great care of their property. And I am sure this addition will add to the appeal, appearance of the house. We have no objections to this addition. We believe the family will keep up safe. And they applaud you for
Okay,
Well,
so
Thank you.
if you could let us know your name and address.
Sure.
And tell us about the project.
Yep. So my name is Dwayne Goldman. My wife Kathleen is here in the front row. We are from 93 Summit Road. So we are seeking a special permit, a finding, and a variance to build a 17-foot, to get a side setback of 17 feet to build a accessory or in-law apartment on our existing structure. This in-law apartment is going to be for Kathleen's mother. She was widowed a little over 10 years ago. In the last 10 years, she has lived independently, but has sort of depleted most of her funds and assets. So we're getting pretty close to financial burden time. And in order to mitigate that, we would like to build a small in-law apartment off of the side of our house so that she can live with us comfortably for the remainder of her time here on Earth. Is it okay for me to share one document that wasn't part of the,
Sure.
the packet? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if this has any bearing on anything, but it's just a before and after of our house. So about 4 years ago, we bought one of what, in our opinion, was one of the ugliest homes in Abington. And in the last 4 years, we've worked very hard to make it, well, we believe it's beautiful. We think it has certainly added to the neighborhood. And we believe it has added to the town. So I can assure you that anything that we do to that property is going to continue to enhance not only the property, but the neighborhood and ultimately the town. You'll see that that dotted line just barely cuts through the front right corner of our proposed addition. So it's just that one tiny little triangle there that is requiring us to get a variance for a 17-foot setback instead of a 20. And with the layout in the backyard, with the size of the deck and the in-ground pool and the patio and the shed, and there's really not a lot of other options as far as where we can build. So we believe that this is our best option. And that's why we're here with this plan.
Any questions from the, or, sorry, if you want to.
I was just going to say, I don't know if you have any questions specifically that I can answer.
Is the back of the property wet? You know, like
Is the back of it what?
wet?
Wet. Oh, no. It's not wet.
So the soil condition is pretty good.
Yes.
I do notice, like typical Abington, we have the shape of the lot is very unique. And of course, where they put the structure is kind of like somewhere in the middle. But you have a plot line that goes off the side like that, so that's what you're looking for right there. You
Yes.
see it.
And-
So
and-
again, you have a hardship, you want to bring your in-law in,
Yes, Kathleen's mother.
and that would have to stay an in-law, correct?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Requires an annual affidavit to the
Yes.
town.
And if it matters at all, our direct abutters on that side of our house, Paul and Susan Schiavaroli, are very supportive of this project. Sort of last minute, I did speak with them today, and they were going to send in an email of support to Marion. I don't know if that maybe
I didn't get it.
came in.
Yeah.
It would have been in the last hour,
Oh,
probably.
oh no, then I'm gonna.
So,
Hold on.
it looks like if you would have put the thing on the other side of the house, not only would have made more difficulty for the, view out of the left side of your house, but that it would have squeezed that even tighter because would have been a 28 minus 7, or minus 12 feet would be 16 feet. So, you're making the best out of that situation with the
We are.
addition on the right.
And as you're looking at that, to the left side of our house, our existing house, there's really a much steeper drop off towards the
Yeah, I was
backyard
just noticing that.
than there is on the right side.
Where the deck is?
A little bit further, almost to the property line, to the far left. It's actually such a drop off that we had to build a retaining wall there with a set of stairs to go down to get to the backyard.
Yeah, do you see the incline?
Just to let the board members know, an email was received at 6:11 PM. Good afternoon, Marion. I'm writing to you today to assure the board, as well as the Goldmans, that we do not intend to contest or stop the variance or variances that may need in order to complete renovations. We are happy to assist them in this way. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Paul and Susan Chiavaroli, 83 Summit Road.
So they're looking for, of course, the apartment, and then they're looking for the variance, and they're also looking for a finding.
Yeah, I guess my question is why the finding?
Yeah, what's the
The
finding?
pre-existing non-conforming lot, it's a 20,000 square foot lot on an R,
Oh, in R30s.
yeah,
So why would you need the variance?
R30.
R30, I'm sorry. So why then would you need the variance as well?
Because they're creating a new non-conformity on the 17 on the front.
Yeah.
So the finding is the pre-existing non-conforming lot size. The variance would be the fact that the front end corner at 12 feet for the addition is 17.6. And then the back is fine and everything else is fine, I think.
I think you,
Yeah.
I think you,
The variance, a 17-foot setback. I don't have my book with me, my zoning
20.
book. Apologies. Yeah, it's 20 feet, right side setback. That's why they need the variance.
right.
Right. I knew I was gonna need my variance, my zoning book.
You have plenty of parking?
We have plenty of parking. We have
Okay.
2 double wide driveways.
All right. Let me see that picture. Right, okay. Anybody else anything?
Is any other questions for Mr. Goldman?
Did you,
Do you have any more questions for me? Andy?
did you mention what the hardship would be? As far as the variance, you have to show a hardship. Would be the hardship.
Well, so as far as, you're talking about for the layout of the property, why
Oh.
we need a variance?
Yes.
Well, so we just started getting our bids in, and this is already going to be significantly more expensive than we had originally anticipated. So if we're going to be investing this money, we want it to be functional. And the only way to build that and not need a variance is to make that the front portion of the L-shaped addition much more narrow. And if we narrow that front portion so that we're inside of our setback line, basically that entire finished area becomes unusable finished space
For your
for my mother.
mother-in-law who needs the space.
Right, because it's not big enough to do anything with.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then that would require us to move the entire addition to the back somewhere. And
Where the
it
pool
just
is in the
doesn't-
way
Yeah,
and
and it
the
just
shed.
doesn't work any other way. So
Right.
I guess the hardship would be if we're not allowed to move this to 17 feet, we really don't have any option of adding an in-law to this property that's functional and worth the investment. You know, because this is gonna cost several $100,000 when all is said and done.
Thank you.
If we don't have any further questions, is there anyone else in the audience who would like to come up and speak? So then, at this point, we will entertain a motion to close the public part of the hearing.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Uh,
You can probably sit down if you'd like. We
Okay.
can call you back up if we have.
Sure.
So what we do now is we talk amongst ourselves and take a vote. Seems pretty well planned to me.
Yeah, and I don't see them being able to put it in the back because it's gonna be close to the pool. They don't wanna do any damage to the pool. They're doing it for a family. And the cost of moving and buying a bigger house for an in-law is gonna be outrageous. They wanna take care of the family, so.
I also like that the entrance for this proposed addition is close to the paved surface already, because otherwise it'd be more difficult to, well, get it cleared off in the wintertime. It'd be more.
Right. The only thing I worry about, of course, is the water situation in town.
Yeah.
That's one thing we have to deal with.
So are we ready to entertain a motion, or do we have more discussion?
Yeah, I think that meets the criteria for all three. So.
Yeah, I think so
And
too.
we have to do all three separately,
I
right?
would do them all separately.
Yeah. Okay, so a motion for the special permit.
I'll make a motion on the petition of Dwayne Goldman for a special permit under section 175-32.I for an accessory in-law apartment. The property is located at 93 Summit Road on Assessors Map 59, Lot 120 in the residential 30 zone.
And by the plans, right?
In accordance with.
According to the plans that were given to us.
To be built in accordance with the substantial conformity with the plans that were submitted for the petition. Yeah.
What's the date on this? March 1st, 2024. Okay.
Do a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So the first part passes, and then motion for the finding.
So on the finding, we have to find that it's, the change is not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood, which I don't think
No.
this would be. So I would make a motion for a finding under Mass General Laws, Chapter 48, Section 6. Property is located at 93 Summit Road on Assessors Map 59, Lot 20, in the residential 30 zone, again, to be built in accordance with the plans submitted with the application dated March 1st, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then finally, the variance.
Variance, again, I think he meets all the criteria of variance. He showed a hardship, so I would make a motion for a variance under section 175-29 for a side setback to 17 feet to build a proposed accessory in-law apartment addition onto the existing structure, again, to be built in accordance with the plans submitted with the application dated March 1st, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
We've approved this from the
They're all
zoning board
approved.
perspective. And then Mary can tell you the process from here. Okay, while they're doing that,
Move that for you in a minute.
what's that? Okay. The second item on our agenda is
Thank you.
thank you,
Good luck.
is the petition of Donna M. Murray for a finding under Mass General Law, Chapter 48, Section 6, to square off the front of the existing home by building a proposed 24 by 16 addition onto the existing structure. The property is located at 40 Camp Street on Assessor's Map 60, Lot 219, in the residential R20 zone. And Mr. Riley,
Good evening.
please let us know your name and address.
Sean Riley, 500 Washington Street, representing the owner. Donna Murray. Donna's here today in the second row, third row. Donna is the owner of the property here at 40 Camp Street. She also, she presently resides next door at 26 Camp Street. This house she inherited from her dad. It's the original house from 1950. And Donna and her husband would like to now renovate this house and move into this house. And their plan is, and their goal is to then have their daughter and son-in-law renovate and move into 26 Camp Street, kind of a two-phase process. There's actually two additions being put on it. Our application said we're trying to square off the building, which you can see on the plan. So you can see the addition on the right side, basically on the right front corner, and there's an addition off the left side of the house. We're in an R20 zone, so the front yard's 35, the setbacks. The front yard's at 35, the rears are 30, and the sides are 15. The rear yard is fine. If you'll notice on the right side, the existing house is about 14.8 off the side, the right sideline. So when you square off that house, the addition actually moves farther away from the lot. But it also, as you square off the front, it still violates the 35-foot front yard, which the house already does.
Oh, yeah.
You see that? It's about less than a foot, about 10 inches difference. And on the left side, that left addition, again, we're fine with the back, we're fine with the left side. The front of the house, as I just mentioned, already violates the front yard, the 35-foot setback. The new addition is actually pulling away from the front, trying to get to conformity. It actually gets to a point at 34.8, which is 0.2 feet short of the 35 feet. Similar to what you kind of just did.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's not a squared off lot at all.
Right, the house is a little, just slightly turned enough that when you square the house off, it exacerbates some of the dimensions and setbacks. We've applied for findings. Findings only apply to 1 and 2 family houses, as you know. If the board were to find that these additions are de minimis and are not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood, then I think a finding is appropriate. If the board were to find that this is a substantial detriment, then we would have to file for a variance. We rolled the dice and didn't bother filing with the variance. We think a finding is appropriate because we're literally about a foot or less than a foot of adjustment on the different parts of the building. It's going to be a nice improvement to a 7-year-old house, a little bit more than 7-year-old house, but we're happy to answer any questions. Upon granting the finding, Donna can proceed with trying to hire a contractor.
It's still typical of Abington. They put the houses kind of strangely and the lots are never square or whatever.
It's in the Musterfield where most of the lots are smaller. They
Yeah.
have been historically. So almost any addition in the Musterfield needs some sort of finding or variance or whatnot. This lot happens to be a little bit wider, but the original location of the house has existing nonconformities. Again, the house was built in the 50s before zoning, but when you apply current zoning, it says it's nonconforming.
Really not changing much, that's for sure. I mean,
No.
just squaring the house off. What do you think?
I don't have any questions.
He has no questions.
I have no questions.
I don't have any questions either.
I don't either. It just seems like a good project.
Yeah,
to,
pretty
you know,
obvious.
Pretty
It's
obvious.
not
it needs to be
substantially
done.
more detrimental to the
No way.
neighborhood. in my opinion.
Okay, well then, we should entertain a motion to close the public.
I'll get
No,
a,
if it's-
see if anybody's.
Does
Yeah.
anyone else want to come up and speak on this matter? Hearing none of that, entertaining a motion to close.
Make
the
a motion to close the public hearing?
To the floor, to the table, yes.
Yeah.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
I don't know, this seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
You know, 10 inches,
And it's, again, I don't think it's more substantially more
No.
detrimental to the neighborhood,
No,
which
it's
is what,
like they're building.
which is what we'd have to find. so.
make the house much.
I mean, it's pretty basic.
Yeah.
And again, you have a lot that's not exactly.
I almost wish that the surveyor wasn't so particular, using decimal points for the feet.
Yeah.
If we just used round numbers, I don't know if it would have changed a lot, but we will be, well, I'm sure you're gonna say in substantial conformance with the plan, which we'll do.
So I'll make a motion on the petition of Donna M. Murray for a finding under Mass General Laws, Chapter 40A, Section 6, to square off the front of the existing home by building a proposed 24 feet by 16 feet addition onto the existing structure. Property is located at 40 Camp Street on Assessors Map 60, Lot 219, in the R20 zone. And that we find that the change is not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood, and that the building be done in substantial conformance with the plans submitted with the application.
Can I just ask, in that motion, the 24 by 16 mentions that right front addition.
Yep.
I think we need to also mention the left addition. too.
Yeah, well,
But we will build per plan.
right, per plan, which is the bedrooms.
Yes. So two proposed, I'll word it that way.
Well, it's
The two
actually,
proposed additions
Thanks.
to be built in substantial conformity with the
and they're
plans.
not really
submitted.
gaining much off it either. Correct? I mean, what they're doing is taking away two bedrooms.
Yeah,
and
but
one.
the frontage on the
The
new,
frontage in the new, yeah, right.
on both of them is
Yeah,
short.
that's true, yeah. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Donna, thanks you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Alright. That's straightforward. Okay. Onward.
Boy, findings and variances, all week long.
The third item on our agenda is the petition of Christopher Walsh for a finding under Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 6, and a variance under Section 175-29 for a front setback to 27 feet to build a proposed 16 by 31 addition and a rear setback to build a proposed 10 by 12 mudroom onto the existing structure. The property is owned by William Alessi and is located at 134 Oak Street on Assessor's Map 65, Lot 36 in the residential R20 zone. Please let us know your name and address and
Hi, yes, I'm Chris Walsh. I'm the general contractor working for the Alessis. I live at 9 Timothy Drive, West Bridgewater. And we're here tonight with William and Kathy Alessi to ask for the ask for the request for relief of the zoning code as per the application. The Alessis wish to add space to their home, which is an addition 30 by 16. The house happens to be located on a corner lot, as you can see by the plan, which creates two separate frontages. So an original side yard is now a front yard on Bay State Road, which is creating a hardship for the house. Actually, is already in pre-existing nonconformance. The Oak Street frontage requires 35-foot setback. That requirement has been met prior to the zoning code. The street side of the house, Bay State Circle, also requires a 35-yard setback, and that requirement cannot be met, hence the application. This creates a pre-existing nonconformance to your zoning code. On the other side of the home, they would like to add a mudroom to create an outer vestibule to their kitchen door to help with energy and heat conversion, conservation. The addition will be consistent with other homes in the neighborhood, and will not deter from the aesthetics of the neighborhood. We specifically request you grant, we respectively request that you grant this relief as stated in the application, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
So it says here, existing deck.
Yes,
It's 3 feet away from the plot line, is that correct? Already?
the existing deck,
Yeah. Existing deck? How far away is that from the plot line?
yeah, it looks like 3.3
it is 30, no, wrong way. Which way are you asking, from right to left?
Well, to the plot line, right here. to
It's
there.
probably a couple feet, 3 feet.
So that's already built, correct?
It's been there. It's been there when you bought the house, right? Yeah.
That was there when you bought the house?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just saying, wow, it's very close.
Or a reasonable facsimile thereof.
So you're replacing the deck? Is that,
The deck's not gonna be replaced, it's gonna be resurfaced and new railings.
okay,
It's in great shape, still pressure treated.
okay. They said proposed deck, I was just wanted to
Yeah,
make sure.
I was gonna ask
Yeah,
the
that's
same.
an accident, I meant.
So that shouldn't be on, okay.
The architect, the engineer was supposed to take that off, that was a
Right, and
typo.
that's where I jump into
Yeah.
the 3.3 of.
Yeah, that was a typo, I apologize.
So the
'Cause he writes
proposal of the
exist-
bedroom.
He writes existing deck in the middle of the deck.
Yeah,
and then he
yeah.
writes
Yeah, I know,
proposed deck
that-
right
yeah.
beside it.
Right.
And now the mudroom is proposed, it's not there now, correct?
Correct.
And that's 11.5 feet from the.
And that's probably what is supposed to be up there, that's probably supposed to be, but it's only gonna be 120 square feet. And, yeah, the mudroom is, it's gonna be windowed and heated, insulated.
It's another strange lot. to use
Yeah,
that.
that's kind of the hardship is this corner lot that's kind of, everything's kind of jammed right in that one corner, only on 8,000 or so square feet. You know, the setback in the rear, they got plenty in the rear.
So I just had a question for you. On corner lots like this, where there's two frontages, then there's two rear setbacks as well. There's no side setbacks though.
Correct.
That's stated.
Yeah.
So the deck originally was just standalone?
It was standalone in
All right, now
the
you're
back
gonna
corner of the house,
build right
correct,
over-
just like you
okay.
see it, yeah.
All right, I see.
It had a set of stairs going down to their driveway, as well as a set of stairs coming in from Oak Street.
So, question, Maren? So they had applied for a building permit, obviously, and you
Correct.
issued a denial letter?
Yes.
Mary, you want to explain the denial letter too, because I think some things have changed since
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
since we talked.
This is probably my 12th in-law lately, so do you want to remind me of what was?
Well, just that.
Well, you had 4 bullet points in
Yeah,
there.
you
so-
can
Yes,
say,
okay. So the
We
property-
don't know at this time, but I sense.
Correct.
that.
So when the application came
Yeah,
in,
you have
a
this.
certified plot plan was not
It was not
available.
done.
And so that's why I said, this is my this is to inform you, this is my determination, because I can't make the, appropriate, determinations without a certified plot plan. And so that was, offered to us, and then from there I was able to.
The lot coverage is fine because it's
Yes.
19%, so that's not an
Correct.
issue any longer, right?
Correct,
Yeah, she and I finally met and we went over
Correct.
we did the changes on the application.
yeah, it's very odd to get, two
Frontages, yeah.
applications in the same month with two corner lots. This was not gonna be, so I'm just like, both of you are coming up and I'm like, which corner lot was that one? But, yeah,
And then you said, based on the proposed work, I am unable to determine if a variance is required for the front setback.
correct,
Now you think there is a variance required?
right.
In the finding as well, you think there's we need to do a finding as well?
I think we need to do a finding as well due to the size of the lot, and it's a pre-existing non-conforming, so when looking at what's asked for, and I have from the things that Amy, Attorney Cross, has given me, yes, a finding is required, and then a variance may be required in addition, or it may stay within the
The
finding
right.
of what, like the last
But
determination.
you think
But
this one should?
This
get
one
both?
should be a finding and a variance, yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Thank you.
Do you have any more questions for Mr. Walsh?
Just want to go into a little bit, Mr. Walsh, on how this is not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood. I don't think it is myself, just looking at it briefly, but it's,
Okay, the neighborhood is made up of a cluster of small capes and bungalows. if you will, maybe a small colonial, mostly oak caves. The way this addition is situated, you won't even see it from Oak Street. You'll only see it from Bay State Road. As far as the mudroom is concerned, it is there specifically for a energy conservation. Opening and closing the kitchen door is one of the major ways of losing water, because that's all the keys.
That's fine, thank you.
The entire house is going to be sided too, so it's not going to be a cluster of
Different.
one side to the different side. The whole side's going to be stripped and it'll be all brand new side.
Is it gonna be the same height as it is now? Not going higher
Nope,
than the original
same
building?
height, yeah. It's going to look a lot bigger because it's, it drops off in the back. But yeah, it's going to be the same roof height.
I don't have any more questions.
No, I mean, it's a typical dealing with
Yeah.
the typical Abington.
Would you like to see a picture of it?
Yeah.
Want to see a picture of the rear? Gives you some idea of the size of the property.
Andy, I'm trying to see the size of the
What's in the plan?
ones. Do you want to see this one? Because they're all about 8,000 square foot cookie cutters. Yeah.
That's the rear of the property. See how it drops off?
Yes, right.
So the back will be significantly bigger than the front. The front's probably 20 feet high.
Okay.
It's going to be about 30 feet high in the back.
Yeah.
Because
All right,
it
because it drops,
Yeah.
okay.
drops off. You can notice by Bay State. I don't know if my guy put topos on there or not. Did he put any topographical?
I don't think so.
No,
Uh, 148 to the back, and the front is 158. So it drops
Oh,
off
yeah,
10
the
feet.
elevation, yep.
Well, that is
10
the
foot
elevation.
I see it right here.
Yeah. Wow.
152, actually 152 to 158.
Are you doing
so
slab
60.
or are you doing
I'm
basement? You doing a basement or
sorry. No,
slab?
it's wide open. It's going to be posts.
So these posts right here, okay,
Mhm.
all right. Proves that it's wet. Do you have anything else on this? No neighbors or nothing?
Give me a two-parter again.
Nope, that's it. All right. Good if you are.
Check with the, see if there's any.
Also, gentlemen, I have a neighbor here who would like to speak. on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we're gonna do that
Open
now.
it to the abutters.
Okay, yeah, if you'd like to come up and speak to us, then let us know your name and address.
Steve Broberg, 135 Oak Street, right across the street from Kathy and Bill. Been there 18 years, got no complaints. So, been good. Nice neighborhood.
And thank you for coming up
Yeah,
to speak.
Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Thank you. Sure. It's always nice to have extra support. All right,
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else like to come up and speak on this matter? Okay, then just get a motion to close the public portion.
I'll move we close the public hearing.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
back to the board.
This also seems straightforward to
I
me.
know, it's just another one.
I'm a little surprised that deck is so close to the existing deck is that close to the side.
Well,
But
the
they're not
thing-
changing
the
that.
thing about today is, I mean, a lot of people want to build and stay.
That's a
Instead
nice
of going and buying a brand new house, I mean, it's just ridiculous today.
Yeah.
Moving to another town, it's gonna cost you a fortune. So adding on to what you have is always a good thing.
Yep.
I have nothing else.
I don't either.
I think it meets the criteria for both the finding and the variance.
Yeah. We couldn't do much else with that property.
So I'll make a motion on the petition of Christopher Walsh. I'm going to do them separately. For a finding under Mass General Laws, Chapter 40A, section 6 to build a proposed 16 feet by 31 feet addition and a rear setback, that's for the variance, and to build a proposed 10-foot by 12-foot mudroom onto the existing structure. The property is owned by William Alessi and is located at 134 Oak Street on Assessors Map 65, Lot 36, in the R20 zone. And that we find that the change is not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood.
Second.
I think we could add that
Oh, and that
Oh,
the
to
plan,
the
to be
plans.
built, and that the
According to the plans.
additions be built in accordance with the plans submitted with the application.
What was the date? 4/19.
The plans dated April 19th, 2024, submitted with the application. Thank you.
All right, I second
all in favor?
Aye. And then on the variance, I move that on the petition of Christopher Walsh for a variance under 175-29 for a front setback to 27 feet to build a proposed 16-foot by 31-foot addition, in the rear setback to build a proposed 10-foot by 12-foot mudroom onto the existing structure. Property is owned by William Alessi and is located at 134 Oak Street on Assessors Map 65, Lot 36, in the R20 zone, and that the additions be built in substantial conformity with the plans submitted with the application dated April 19th, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right, well, good luck with everything.
Okay. Our fourth petition of the evening is a petition of Daniel and Shauna Torpy for, I hope I didn't murder your name, for a finding under Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 6, to allow a proposed home addition to add a 12 by 14 mudroom on the site of the house. The property is located at 30 Pine Tree Lane on Assessor's Map 31, Lot 38, in the residential R30 zone.
Okay, I gotta ask, what's up with these mudrooms?
I know, I was just gonna say, there's a lot of similarities tonight with
No, that's.
findings,
Is
mudrooms.
it to take your shoes off before you go in? Is that-
It's been a challenging, month, because all these applications were the same, they're like, oh, remember we talked about, I'm like,
Yeah.
Like, I just look at them like,
Mudrooms
Yes.
must be in,
like,
the-
please give me a minute, and then, yeah, but
All
they're
right.
also some.
Mr. Riley.
So, for the record, my name is Attorney Sean Riley, 501 Watch Street, Abington Center, representing Dan and Shauna Torpy. Dan is here, sitting in the far right, in that second row. This is regarding the property of 30 Pine Tree Lane. We've submitted a copy of the plan, and I also blew it up in your handout, so it's a little bit easier to see. This lot, if you notice, Pine Tree Lane is a dead-end street, and this lot has a long strip of land that runs from Washington Street along Pine Tree Lane, and then to the buildable area of the lot where the house is. And it has that jagged, I guess you'd call it, it's actually a rear property line. We colored in and highlighted the proposed mudroom area. So the existing house right now, it's an R30 zone, so the requirements are 35-foot setbacks for the front, 30 for the back, 20 for the side. The existing house is a 25-foot setback, so it's non-conforming in the front yard. The proposed addition, this mudroom, would conform, it's more than 35. The existing house does conform to the side yard setback, as will this mudroom. It's the rear yard with that corner right behind the house. Where the existing house is 4 feet away from the corner, the mudroom would be 6 feet away from the corner. It is a single-family house, so we're asking for a finding. The mudroom is essentially being built on the side of the house where the driveway is over there. There's actually a garage on the far side, as you're looking at the plan on the left side, the plan on the screen. But mom and dad typically use this to drop the kids on and off, and now that there's kids, a mudroom would be very desired, especially in wintertime, and this is the logical place to put it, but you simply can't conform to both the front and the rear there, just because of that back corner shape of the lot and where the house has been. So as you've said a few times already tonight, the standard is whether would be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood. I would propose no. It's really gonna be, it's a 168 square foot mudroom that would be added to the left of the existing house next to the driveway where we kind of expect to see a mudroom. I don't want to belabor the point, but I think the plans speak for themselves. If you have any questions, either Dan or I are happy to help you out.
Strange house.
Yeah,
Is it a ranch?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a very strange.
Addition after addition after addition.
Amazing. And what a lot. I tell you, that's a beautiful lot. Oh, boy. I guess mudrooms are in, huh? Anybody really? Any questions on this?
We don't have any questions. I mean, it's not gonna
This
make it
is-
any different. It's just,
No.
it's a logical place. If you're gonna have a mudroom, that'd be the logical place to put it.
I mean, obviously, they
They're not
must have
gonna put it
got,
on the other one.
they must have got a variance at one time, 4
Yeah.
feet from the lot line here.
I think
Maybe
there's
6
been
feet.
3 variants. There was a
Yeah, I
1964,
was gonna say.
1969,
Yes.
Yeah.
1990
So this is
something.
nothing new for this house to have a variance put in
The
place.
Torpies haven't asked for a variance. It's their turn now that they're the current owner.
So that is what we're asking for, right?
That's
Not a
what we're
variance, a finding. Yeah. So there has been plenty of variances made here, or findings.
It's not a
you could say.
shaped lot too, so
Right.
it's got a variance there.
Funny that they put that notch in the property.
I know, it's interesting.
Yeah,
Well, I don't have anything really.
I don't either. Seems like a reasonable thing to me, but.
Open it up to the public.
Yeah. Would anyone else like to come up and speak on this? Then I guess we could entertain a motion to.
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
back to the board.
Yeah, I think this, it makes sense to have a mudroom, especially when you have a paved driveway over there. And
Yeah.
kids, well, like, you know,
And it meets the standards. In my opinion, it's not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood.
Right.
Add a mudroom. So.
So basically, we're talking the finding.
right.
So make a motion, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
On the petition of Daniel and Shauna Torpy for a finding under Mass General Laws, Chapter 48, Section 6, to allow a proposed home addition to add a 12-foot by 14-foot mudroom on the side of the house. The property is located at 30 Pine Tree Lane on Assessors Map 31, Lot 38, in the R30 zone, and the addition to be built in substantial conformity with the plans submitted with the application dated May 8, 2024.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
I don't know how much more you can build on that.
It's a building up.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yeah. All right, Andy.
This one I'm stepping out of.
Bob, you there?
Bob, are you there?
Okay.
Okay, Andy is going to recuse himself for this matter. And the last petition of the evening is a petition of Amy Waterman Trosky for a special permit under section 175-32-I accessory apartments for a 16 foot by 22 foot, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom addition. A finding under Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 6 for a proposed 6-foot porch and a variance under Section 175-29 dimensional and density regulations for a 16-foot front setback for a 1-car attached garage. The property is located on 42 Morton Street on Assessor's Map 46, Lot 144 in the residential R20 zone. Can you please let us know who you are and
Hi,
your address?
Amy Trosky, 42 Morton Street. And,
No, I can pull that down a little. There
better?
you go.
Sorry. I am looking to build my mother her own area of my house. I'm going to put a 1-car garage with a big, huge master suite for her. She's dementia, and my whole family right here has all been taking turns at her house 24/7. Pretty much, she lives in Middleborough, so for some of us, it's a bigger hike than others, but it's much more difficult for her to be there and us taking care of more than one house. So I would like her to move in with me so that we can keep a good eye on her. She'll be closer to the rest of her family. And my house will look beautiful.
Okay.
Just this one.
Put the same one. All right, so. Norton Street. All right, so. This is 16. 17. You just building a 22 feet out, correct? 16 long. All right, so it's just like the other ones where, I mean, it's a conforming lot, but still, you can see where they built before,
Yep,
and it was 17.
yep,
Then they're asking for almost 17 here.
yep.
Front is fine. I mean, I know these homes, and basically, that wouldn't be anything that would be unusual for that neighborhood.
Yep.
Looking at it now, I don't see where they would put anything else, any type of a.
No, they'd be, unless they built off the back and then to be running into.
But then you get the pool and it's in the back. and
Right, you can't really
Then
do
you
that.
need a variance there anyway. You'd
Right.
have to have, you'd be too close here.
Yeah,
Again, it's one of those houses that they build, massive house, small lot.
Yep.
It's already not performing in size.
yeah. And this doesn't have the lot coverage on it.
The lot coverage,
Yeah.
square feet,
Well, the percentage of impervious surfaces in the lot. I guess we don't
No.
care about that.
Do you have anything to say on this one?
On the lot coverage, I think I did it once. I was hoping that the land surveyor would do it, but I think I did it and it was fine.
It was fine?
It was fine.
Okay,
Because the pool is impervious, the pool I don't count, the deck I don't count.
right.
The house and just that little bit of driveway, she really just has that little bit of driveway. The
Okay.
drop off on the Cleverly Street side is really grass. The only thing that I'll be watching for from a building standpoint are the plans submitted by the contractor. It is a drop off, it slopes down. So I'm gonna watch carefully for his plans for drainage. I don't want any issues for the neighbor behind her when there's rain or anything of that nature. So I'm just gonna make sure that the calculations he submits are, satisfy the addition and satisfy the neighbor in the back.
Right, that's,
And that'll come later.
the
other
the
than
building
that-
permit itself and
Yeah.
all that, right?
Correct.
So what you're asking for is the garage to be built and the bedroom. correct?
With that bathroom.
And the bath, yeah, the bath.
I
So
have-
you're adding one bedroom with a bath in the garage.
Yes. And a farmer's porch.
Excuse me?
And a porch on the front.
Yeah.
So it's not,
Oh, the farmer's porch? Is that what you
yes.
said? Trying to look for the,
Otherwise the house will look
oh, there it is,
funny.
okay. All right, that's not gonna be in,
I also have, I have drainage pipes that the previous owner had put in the backyard. If that makes any difference.
Yeah. That will be something that will be addressed should this application, should the
Okay.
petition pass. Your contractor will make sure, because anything adding to the property adds more
Okay.
drainage and more calculate. When a foundation and a slab's put in, then now the drainage isn't the grass in the ground underneath anymore. So that'll be taken care of when we get to that point.
all right, so I see the farmer's porch too. All right. Bob, you got anything?
I actually did some research on my own, and I found that most streets are similar houses that have garages, so it's not really a unique position for the garage to be built. But on Cleverly Street, with the 16-foot addition roof line coming down on that street, I don't know if anyone mentioned it or not, I know it's not part of the zoning issue, but the water runoff is considerably more with that roof line than currently with the roof line that exists.
Okay.
But the applicant had stated in her application that her mother-in-law had dementia, and the idea of putting a second floor unit on, which means you have to navigate stairs, that's not, I'm just pointing out the fact that I would probably go on the first floor just to make sure that you navigate the first floor. But the porch doesn't upset me at all. That in the neighborhood structure, a lot of other people are currently in a non-conforming lot also. So it's pretty much a unique situation where I understand the need. I'm just a little concerned with the water runoff on Cleverly Road, but that's something the building department will have to worry about. But as far as building the porch and the addition, I think I'm comfortable with it. So.
Okay, thanks, Bob. And again, you could get one of those stair lifts.
Yes, I already spoke with somebody about the stair lift. My mother won't stay on the first floor because there's no one else down there.
Oh, okay.
And
All
she's
right.
afraid for
No, I
reason.
totally
so,
understand.
and I'd rather have her up
I
close,
understand
close to
totally.
us so we can keep an eye on her.
Yeah, I got it.
My mother had a stair lift and she was not very ambulatory when she got it, and it was a curved stair lift and it worked perfectly. So,
Yeah.
this looks like a straight stair lift.
The man said that you could put your laundry on it and bring it up and downstairs
That's
all
true.
day
I
long.
never thought of that.
Yeah. That's a good point. Okay, so I don't have any other questions, and it didn't sound like Bob did. And do you have any other questions?
No, but Bob does bring up some good points, and you brought up some good points about the drainage. It's something that needs to be looked at,
Correct.
but that's not what we're going through right
That's
now.
not what
so,
we are,
All right.
Again, there's water issues in the town,
right,
so
right,
it's a hurdle you have to get through. You have
correct.
to, in the bathroom.
What will happen is, should this move forward, then the water department will be added to the step in the building permit application process.
And that's
where,
for all these.
Where a water fee would have to be, paid.
Okay, is there anyone else in the audience who would like to come up and speak? Please give us your name and address.
I am not a family member, but this is my neighbor.
Okay.
I'd be more than happy.
Okay, what are your name and address?
My name is Paul Barry. I live at 25 Gould Street in Wollaston section of Quincy. And as for the drainage, I've been up fixing her gutters before. When it's a heavy rain, that street, Cleverly Street, that has a real slope down. So it basically slopes all the way down to it where the funeral home is on the next street. And it puddles down there. It doesn't puddle on next to her house. That, I mean,
Yeah, I don't think that's something that we have to deal with
Correct.
this board.
but I think what she's doing,
Yep.
to beautify her house, she's doing a great thing for the love.
Okay.
All right, thank you for coming
All
up.
our kids are out there, so I agree with that.
All right.
Would anyone else like to come up and speak?
Thank you.
Anyone else want to come up, or
You guys all set, or?
just let us know your name and address and have your say?
My name is Anthony Bartlett. I live at, well, I'm basically in between, say, 42 Morton Street and also over at Middleborough. I'm kind of in between helping out. Go over there after work for a better part of the last year, making sure she eats, has her meds, wake up in the morning, actually takes her meds, all that. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Someone has been over there every day for the last about 10 months consistently, and as she's saying, it just gets to be a lot. She's getting to the point now where she has an ankle that's bum. There's nothing really the doctors can do for it, so she's losing the ability to walk slowly. It'd just be a lot. I mean, she doesn't realize it because of dementia,
Yeah.
but it'd be a lot easier on her quality of life if she could move in. She'd have people more close by. I can't always be there.
Right.
Not everyone, everyone works and has their own life,
Understood.
but yeah, it'd just be a lot easier on her life, I think, spending a lot of time with her over the past year if she was closer to family.
Sounds like a great idea.
That's all.
Yep.
All right,
Thank
thank you. Anyone else?
Everybody good?
I have great kids.
What's that?
I said I have great kids and a great sister, and great significant others, two women here that are very helpful.
That's great.
Thank you.
All right.
With no one else coming up to speak, we should have a motion to close the public portion of the meeting.
Motion to close it to the board? Close.
Second.
Second?
He said second.
Yeah.
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right.
All right.
Is there anything else, Bob?
Just a question, Richard. This is one of the first times I've run across where we're going on three different, sections, where we have a special permit, we have a variance, and then we have a dimension and density regulation. Do we take three separate votes on this, or do we do it in one sum?
Yes, we should. Yep.
Yeah, 3 separate votes.
Did you want to make a motion?
If you don't mind.
Okay, we're all set?
I'm gonna go. The petition by Amy Water and Property for a special permit under 175-32-1 accessory apartment for a 16 by 21 bedroom, one bath addition, located at
42.
42 Morton Street on Assessors Map 46, Lot 144, the residential 20 R zone as submitted by the plan,
What do we have for date?
on the application.
April 11th.
April 11th.
I vote to approve.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, there's one.
That's one.
Can I keep on going?
Yes, go right ahead.
Yes, please.
Okay, on the petition, you want to property, for finding of the National Law, Chapter 48, Section 6, for proposed 6-foot porch property located at 42 Ward Street on Assessors Map 46, Lot 144, the residential 20 R20 zone, as submitted on plans attached to the application. I vote to approve.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay,
One
so,
more time.
Okay,
Yes,
approved.
On the application of Amy Water and Property for a dimension and density regulation for a 16-foot front setback for a one-car garage spot, one-car attached garage. The property located at 42 Ward Street on the Assessors Map 46, Lot 144, to the residential 20 R20 zone, as submitted on the plan with the application. I vote to approve.
I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, great
Aye.
job, Bob.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Yep.
so much.
You're all set.
Thank
Good
you,
luck with
thank you.
everything. Hope everything works out for you.
Thank you all for coming,
You're so welcome.
and thank you for your patience this evening.
Yeah. Do we have anything else?
No, Bob, since you're still on, should we have a motion to?
Oh, we need our, where's our Andy?
Feel free to call me.
Andy!
Thank you.
I just want to point out to the chairman, and I spoke to Nancy Reed on Monday, and apparently at the vote by the selectmen, we will vote renewed for our position on the zoning board.
Oh,
They already did it.
okay, I didn't realize we were gonna do that
Yep.
quickly. All right,
Okay, so you're
I didn't know
on,
either.
so is Richard?
yeah, both of,
Richard and I were both reappointed to the voting members of the zoning
Well,
board.
congratulations. Is Andy out there?
Congratulations, I appreciate it.
Andy?
We're here. You done?
No, let's wait for Andy to come back.
we're gonna vote to adjourn.
Okay.
We're gonna all vote to adjourn.
Be right back. We'll be right back.
Okay.
He's just talking to.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's the reason why.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bob, this worked out great.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Bob.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bob.
I do want to let you know, I spent from 3:30 to 3 o'clock to 4:15 because.
Well, I appreciate it. It's nice of you. Though.
Not a problem. I appreciate all you guys, so.
All right, you hold on a minute. Andy will be here any minute. Can't close without Andy.
Can't close without Andy.
There he is.
He's back.
Okay, Andy.
No, no, we cannot. We are a group. We are a group. And guess what, Andy?
without saying goodbye to Andy.
And Andy, guess what? They're both re-ups.
Oh, good.
All right, here we go.
Motion to
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
All right, thanks a lot.